Well, joining me today is Rich Wiradharma from Big Al's Aquarium. Rich, thanks so much for joining us today. This is great.
Hey, anytime, anytime. Happy to be here.
All right. So let me start by asking you, what about plant maintenance? We all know about feeding fish. What about the plants specifically?
Okay, so something a lot of people misunderstand about plants is that plants need three things. All plants, regardless of what kind of aquatic plant you're looking at, needs carbon dioxide, light, and macro and micronutrients. Now, that sounds like a bunch of, sciencey stuff, but it's pretty simple. So most people know where light comes from. Obviously, you buy light for your tank. But what you need to make sure you do is you buy a light that is full spectrum. Not all plants necessarily need a full spectrum light. Most of them do, but there's a few like Anubias or Java fern that'll grow with pretty much any light that comes with an aquarium. So you want 8 to 10 hours of that, not more than that. Some people say, oh, more light, it's going to make it grow faster. That's just not true. The second thing that you need, carbon dioxide. A lot of people assume, oh man, I have to put in tablets or like have a real CO2 system. That's not entirely true. It really depends on what type of plant you have. Some plants need a lot of carbon dioxide, others need very little. Your filter hitting the surface of your water and moving water around, that creates a gas diffusion that adds carbon dioxide to your tank. Your fish eating and creating waste, that adds carbon dioxide to your tank. It's not very much, but it's sufficient for some of the more basic plants.
Right.
That also creates macro and micronutrients, but typically we recommend that you add it with a liquid supplement or a powdered one, however may you want to get it. But those are the three basic things required. And typically you do want to be doing water changes because they do use the minerals in your tap water.
Right. As with fish, you can overcrowd a tank. Can you overcrowd really with plants, or they'll survive? The thicker, the better. It doesn't really matter as long as you're getting light, that is.
So that's like a yes and no question. So in general, yes, you can put as many plants as you want in the tank, but you just got to remember that they're getting adequate amounts of the three things I mentioned earlier. So if you have a lot of plants and they're overcrowded, you're probably going to need more light because they're going to shade each other and take light from each other. So you may not have a traditional looking aquarium. You may have like three lights on top. You might have one on the side. It really depends on how your plants are growing. Also, just because they're low maintenance plants doesn't mean you're not going to need like an actual carbon dioxide system if it's overdone. The gas diffusion from your filter and the fish creating waste might not be enough carbon dioxide for more basic plants. Same thing goes for the nutrients. So can you overstock with plants? You definitely could. You just got to take the right steps to making sure you're successful.
Right. So if it truly looks like it's getting a little overcrowded, cutting back, thinning out is probably a wise thing to do.
I would say so. I have seen a few setups that look very overgrown that do look really good, but I say
Right.
they were a little more the exception than the norm.
Okay. Rich, I want to thank you so much for joining me today and sharing some of your thoughts and insights with our audience. I'm sure they'll appreciate it.
Anytime, Rick. Thanks for having me.
All right. Take care now.
You too.
I hope you enjoyed this video today, guys, and you found it helpful. Before you leave, please check out one of my other videos you see here on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm putting out videos all the time, and when you subscribe, you'll be notified right away. And a thumbs up, always appreciated. Thanks for watching.